Hi class, so today I'm going to go over how to access the work that is due tomorrow, which is May 24th, 2022. So you're going to go to calendar, and tomorrow will be an asynchronous day, so we're going to day 2. You see under day 2 we have show and tell, we have introduction to associate cloud engineer, introduction to associate cloud engineer, and learning Barometer. So let's go ahead and click on here, and I'm going to show you how to navigate through as well as what you need to do for the assignment. So this is the beginning of the assignment. We're going to, read this. We're going to click next. Go ahead and read that as well. Click on next. We're going to take the survey. We're going to answer these questions. We're going to submit. Okay, then we're going to click on next after we submit our answers. And here we go. We're directed to go back to the course calendar. So this is where we stop. Now let's go back to the course calendar by clicking on that link, or you can click right here on the side that says calendar. So please note that we just went to the first tab, which is show and tell. Now we're going to move on to the next tab, which is introduction to associate cloud engineer role, session 2. So let's go ahead and click on that. We're going to read this. We're going to read all of this as well and watch this video down here. We're going to click on next after we do all that. We're going to read this as well. We're going to navigate to this and read this article as well. We're going to click on next after we're done with that. And then we're going to take the survey, which is 2 questions. We're going to answer these questions and submit our answer. After we submit our answers, then we're going to click on next. We're going to do the discussion. We're going to type in here and type whatever we want here. Well, not whatever we want, but basically what the module is asking you for, you're going to respond to it here, and then you're going to leave a comment on one of your peers' responses, okay? After we post, after you post, you'll be able to see everybody else's reply. So I'm just going to post, hey, go in, and there it is. So Samuel already did this assignment. So when I go in, I press reply to respond to him, and that is how you do it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. But this is how it looks. Once you submit, you'll be able to see all your classmates' response. Let's go ahead and click on next. We're going to read this as well, okay? And this is another discussion post. So in order to see what everyone is saying, we have to write something. So I'm going to write something again, hey, and here you go. You see Chong already respond to this, so we would just go in and respond to him and agree or disagree to whatever he said. I'm going to go ahead and delete what I wrote. Okay, and we're going to move on to the next thing. So we did 2 discussions so far. Move on. Here goes a third. So we're going to answer these questions here. In the response, I'm going to do hey again, just so you can see. You're not able to see what's in there until you respond to the question. So here are the discussions for all the students that have already responded to this. Okay. So that's 3 discussions so far. We're going to click on next. And we are at the end of the module. So when we are done reading all of this, we will click here to go back to the calendar, or here to go back to the calendar. Let's click on this here. So now we're back to the calendar where we started. So remember, we did show and tell, we did intro, the second session. So now we're going to do the third session. So we're in the third session. We're going to read this and click on next. We're also going to read all of these scenarios and then click on next. Here's another scenario, which is the same scenario that we just read previously, but we need to answer these questions in the discussion right here. So in order to get access to other students' discussions, we need to make a response to what is being asked of us up here. So just so that I can reiterate, I'm going to type hey, go in, and see Chung, he already responded. And as a student, you can respond to him here as well. I'm going to go ahead and delete this and move on. All right, so then we're going to, after we're done doing our post as well as responding to our peers, we're going to click on next. Okay, we're going to read this as well. We have another discussion to do, so we're going to do the same thing, write a response and answer it. Answer the question. These are the questions here. We're going to post a response. We see that Chung already responded. If we want to, we can respond to him and say, yeah, Chung, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I'm going to go ahead and delete my post and click on next. So basically, you're answering these 2 questions in your own response, and then afterwards, you're going to leave a comment on at least one of your peers' responses. We're going to click on next, and we're going to read everything here, and we're going to stop and go back to the calendar. When we get back to the calendar, we see that we did session 1 for show and tell, session 2 for introduction to cloud engineer, session 3 for introduction to cloud engineer, to associate engineer, and then now we're left with the learning barometer. So let's click on that and take this quick little survey. So we're going to click take the survey, and this survey is basically asking you how do you feel today. So today, zone you are, what zone are you in today? So right now, are you in your comfort zone? Are you stretched? Or are you in your panic zone? Basically, gauging how you feel as a student with all this information. Maybe you may feel like you're panicking a bit. Maybe you have a balance between panicking and comfort zone, or maybe you're just comfortable with the material and really excited to get started. So with that, you would click your or check your response and submit. And you have submitted your response, and that is that. So then we're going to click on not so you see that I clicked on next and now I'm on day 13. So no, we're not going to click on next after this. We're just going to, after we're done with our survey, which we just completed right here for day 12, we're going to go back to the calendar. If we click on it again, we're going to take the survey. Now I'm confused because it just said day 12. But anyways, we're going to click on it. Let me just go back so I can show you what to do again. So go to the calendar, day 2, learning barometer, and here it is. So this is for, oh, it says day 12. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. So that's what we're doing. After we're done taking this, we're just going to go back to the calendar. And as we see, we are done for today. We completed everything. There's nothing more to do but to wait for day 3. Hopefully that was helpful. If you do have any questions, please let me know. I will try to do this every asynchronous day so that everybody kind of knows what they need to be working on. All right. Have a good night.